There are several heated races tomorrow. You've seen the name calling on TV, the commercials, the campaign ads. You've been watching it for months. And in some races, there is a lot at stake. Nationally, we've seen a lot of interest in primary races, but election officials here are predicting, strangely, low voter turnout in Arizona's primary tomorrow. Andrew Hasbin joins us live to tell us why. And Andrew, it's strange with all the froth out there and supposedly angry voters that we would have low turnout. It seems odd.
Yeah, you would think that people would be rushing to the polls, rushing to vote, but it turns out that the Secretary of State expects turnout to be maybe 20 to 25%. That's very low, but it's also pretty typical in off-year elections, in years where a president's not running, and especially in a year when we're having a primary in August. There has never been an August primary here in Arizona. Typically, they're held in September. We went out tonight, talked with a political analyst who does this kind of stuff for a living. He's got a pretty good idea why turnout could be so low.
It's been a pretty nasty campaign in some of the races, and there has been fighting back and forth, and it may not be clear to some voters who's telling the truth. So that may induce some voters to wait to the last minute. So there may be a little bit of a surge on Election Day. Probably the biggest factor in suppressing turnout is the fact that the big enchiladas, the gubernatorial and senatorial nominations, appear to be fixed. There's no contest there, and those are the marquee contests that tend to bring people in to vote.
John, Mike O'Neill even predicts turnout to be in the low 20s, so not very optimistic there from him either.
So in other words, because it looks like McCain is going to trump Hayworth and the Goddard Brewer race is really for November, not for tomorrow, people just are not as interested. It's not as high profile.
That's part of the theory, yeah. And there are other high profile races out there too, but it's hard to get people to actually pay attention to those races. Races like county attorney, the attorney general, and some of the congressional districts. I mean, those are so focused on one area, it's hard to get a lot of people to the polls. We went out, we talked to a bunch of people tonight, and, you know, we found people on both sides of the spectrum. Some have already voted, others really don't have any interest whatsoever.
You know, it's interesting, though, if we get very low turnout, that can also produce very strange outcomes that are unexpected. So it could be a night of drama tomorrow for unintended reasons.
It's possible, John, and you know, a lot of people also, keep in mind, have already voted. So we talked to some of those people. Take a listen.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think you're going to be surprised.
Why do you say that?
I just think more people are going to vote than maybe it's through the polls.
Yeah, I try to stay away from politics as much as possible.
Well, I mean, have you heard of Tom Horn and Andrew Thomas, Jan Brewer?
I'm so sorry. I'm ashamed to say no. I've never heard of them before in my life.
Yes, John, there are people like that out there. I know it's hard to believe,
no,
but
I'm not going to knock them. I think that is a reality. Despite the ads, you start to tune this stuff out, and if it doesn't affect you personally, you say, I could care less.
That's true. That's one of the things that Mike O'Neill said. He said that with all these negative ads, sometimes it has the effect of people just a blanket, I don't want to pay attention. They are all bad guys, and I don't even want to listen to them.
Well, we're going to listen tomorrow night, Andrew, right?
Absolutely.
We got it covered top to bottom. Thanks. Andrew Hasbin tonight. Thanks.